students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well at home. So now let's start our social science class. As you all know that we have already started chapter 3 and the name of the chapter is climate. What is the name of the chapter 3 of social science? It is climate. So we have already discussed about the climate. What is climate? What is weather? So today also we will do a quick recap of all the concepts which we have discussed in the earlier video, so that all the concepts will be more clear in your mind. Now the topics which we have discussed in earlier video were: what is weather, what is climate, difference between weather and climate, factors influencing climate of the place, factors influencing climate of the place, and in that we have discussed the first factor, which was latitude, distance from the equator. And the last topic which we discussed in earlier topic was heat zones of the earth. So now today also we will discuss all these topics so that a thorough understanding will be there about all these topics in your mind. We will start with weather and climate, as we have already discussed this in earlier video also. So we will just do a recap. Weather. What is weather? Weather is the conditions of a place. What is weather? Weather is the condition of a place for a short period of time. So it is a condition of a place for a short period of time. Maybe there is rainy day, maybe right now it is raining in the day, and after some time you will see that the sun is there and the sky is clear. After some time you will see again the day is cloudy, again there is cloudiness in the weather. So weather is the conditions of a place for a short period of time. Now we will talk about climate. The weather conditions prevailing in an area in general or over long period of time. So when the weather conditions remain for long period of time, that condition is called climate. When every day there is hot weather, so it will be a climate of that place, that is a hot climate of that place. In mountains every day there is cold climate, cold weather is there, every day you will see cold weather. So the climate of that places of mountain places are cold. So now we will discuss about weather and climate. This will make more clear about weather and climate. You will be more clear about what is weather and what is climate. Now we will talk about weather. Weather can change within a few minutes or hours. As I have told you that weather can change within a few minutes or hours. Sometimes it's cloudiness, then it's raining, then after there is a sunshine, the day is clear. So weather changes within a minute, within an hour the weather is changed. So if we talk about climate, climate takes very long time to change. So if we want to see the change in the climate, it takes very long time to change the climate of any place or any area. What is the difference between climate and weather? Climate is a typical weather over long period of time. Like for example, we have hot climate, we have cold climate, we have wet climate, and we have dry climate. If we talk about weather, weather is a condition over a short period of time. It is a condition of a place over a short period of time. So climate is for long period and weather is for short period of time. Like we have a wind, right now we have winds, then there is cloudiness, then we can have a increase in temperature, then we can have decrease in temperature, and then we can also have rain. So precipitation is rainfall. We will now understand weather and climate when we will differentiate between weather and climate. So we will talk how weather is different from climate. Weather is the condition of atmosphere for short period of time. So weather is the condition of atmosphere for short period of time. While climate is the weather conditions of a place over long period of time. So climate is the weather condition of a place over long period of time. Second, weather tell us how hot, cold, sunny, humid, windy a day is. While climate, we have different climate in different parts of world. So we have different type of climate in different parts of the world. There are different types of climate. The climate of a place affects the plants, animals as well as people, their foods and clothes. So if we talk about the climate affects the plants and animals which are there in that place, and the climate also affect the people, the way of living of the people, the food they eat, the clothes they wear. So for example, if I am living in mountain area, if I am living in cold place and the climate is cold of that place, so what will happen? I would like to wear winter clothes. I would like to eat hot food which will make my body warm, right? And the plants and animals which can survive in cold weather, which can survive in cold climate, will live there, will survive there in that cold climate place. So like this, climate also affect the plants and animals and the people of that particular place. Third difference between weather and climate is the weather changes from day to day and hour and hour. So very frequently you will see the change in weather, while climate does not change from day to day and even hour to hour. So it takes lots of years, it takes long period for a climate to change of any place. Now this is a picture when there is a change in climate, how the climate changes from, see how greenery is there, how sunny weather is there, and then there is a drought, there is no water, and there is wind. So these are changes in climate. Now what are the factors? We have already discussed this in our earlier slide, but we will do a quick recap. What are the factors which are affecting climate? What affects the climate of the place? We will discuss. The factors which influence the climate of a place there are different factors which influence the climate of a place, on which there are factors on which the climate of the place depends, right? So what are those factors on which the climate of a place depends? First is latitude. Latitude, what is latitude? Latitude is distance from the equator. So the place which is how much distance the place is having from the equator. Is it near to the equator or is it far from the equator? So this factor also depends on this factor also the climate of the place depends. First is latitude. Second is altitude. What is altitude? Altitude is the level of the place from the sea. The height of the place from the sea level. So altitude is basically the height of the place from the sea level. This factor also influences the climate of the place. How? We will study further. Winds are also a factor which influences the climate of a place. Fourth, distance from the sea. Distance from the sea. How far we are living from the sea. How near we are living to the sea. How far our place is near to the sea. How near is the place where we are living is near to the sea. This also influences the climate of a particular place. And last is humidity. Humidity, what is humidity? We will discuss. Humidity is a water vapor present in the air. So it also decides the climate of the place. And last is ocean currents. So ocean currents are also one of the factors which is influencing the climate of the place. So we have 6 factors which influence climate of any place. In detail, we will discuss one by one. First, we will take latitude now. What is latitude and how it is influencing the climate of a place? If we talk about latitude, we have already discussed this. Latitudes, we have already discussed latitudes in our chapter first in globe. Yes. So, latitude is the distance of a place from the equator. So, if we talk about latitude, latitude is the distance of a place from the equator. You are seeing this in this picture. There is a picture of Earth, and the Earth is being divided with a imaginary line, equator, which is called equator. The Earth is divided into 2 equal parts towards the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Now the lines which are running horizontally from east to west, you are seeing they are running towards the north pole and they are also running towards the south pole. So these all horizontal lines which are running from east to west, these are called latitudes, and these latitudes are the distance of a place from the equator, that how much far the place is from the equator. It is towards the south or to south pole or towards the north pole. Now, how this latitude or distance from the equator decides the or affects the climate of the place, we will study now. The place near the equator are hotter than the place far from the equator. Do you know the reason? Look at the figure. You can look to this figure. That's why the places which are near to the equator are hotter than the places far from the equator. So now we will study why it happens like this. You can see this picture. This is a picture of Earth, and Earth, the sun rays are coming and they are falling on the Earth. Now we will study how it happens that the places which are near to equator are hotter and the places which are far from the equator are not very hot, or they are cold regions. It shows, see, in this is the Earth, and you are seeing that the sun rays are falling on the Earth. So what happens? Suppose I take this as a Earth, and these are this one hand is my sun rays. These are sun rays which are coming and falling on the Earth. When these sun rays are falling vertically over the equator, means when they are falling directly on the equator, over the equator, they are spread over a small area. So when the sun rays are falling vertically or directly over the Earth, over the equator, they are spread over small area. So it is spread only on small area. So what happens but second condition, in the polar region, the sun rays are slanting. So what happens? So when the sun rays are falling on the Earth vertically over the equator, they are spread over a small area. Which makes this place near the equator and on the equator, the place near to equator and on the equator, the place is extremely hot, because the sun rays are falling directly over the equator. But in the polar region, the sun rays are slanting. So what happens? In the polar region, the sun rays are not falling directly. They are falling slanting. When they are falling slanting, they also fall on large area. So when they are falling slantingly, they are covering large area. These sun rays are covering large area, which makes this region not hot as compared to the region which is there near to equator and on the equator. Hence, places near the equator receives more heat. That is the reason the places near the equator, the places which are near to the equator, receives more heat of sun, because the sun rays are falling directly over the equator and are hotter. And that is the reason the place near to the equator are receiving more heat and they are hotter. And the places which are far away from the equator and they are receiving the sun rays in slanting direction, so these places are cool, and these places are cooler. Okay, they have a cold climate. Understand? Now, the factors influencing climate of a place: latitude, distance from the equator. The farther away from the equator, the colder the climate becomes. So, if the place is farther away from the equator, the place will be colder in the climate. The climate will become more cool if the place is far away from the equator. Now, depending upon the heat received, there are three climates or heat zones of the Earth. So, depending on the heat received from the sun rays, the climate has been divided into three climatic zones or three heat zones of the Earth. What are they? You can see in this picture. This is a picture of Earth, and the Earth is then divided into two equal parts with the help of equator. This is an imaginary line which divides the Earth into equal parts towards the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. If we go towards the northern hemisphere, the Earth is divided according to the heat zone, according to the heat received from the sun. It is divided into torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. Same, if we go towards the southern hemisphere, this part is also divided into three heat zones according to the heat received from the sun rays: torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. So, the heat zones of the Earth are, we have three heat zones of the Earth. First is frigid zone, temperate zone, and torrid zone. So, one by one, we will understand what is the temperature of these zones and how these the climate, what is the climate of these zones and how it is there. If we talk first, we will talk about torrid zone. So, torrid zone, the region which is near to the equator. You can see torrid zone. Torrid zone is the area which is near to the equator. On both sides of the equator, the region lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is called the torrid zone. So, the region which is lying towards both the side, northern hemisphere and towards the southern hemisphere, towards between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is called torrid zone. This zone gets the direct rays of the sun all around the year. So, all around the year, this region gets the direct rays of the sun. Hence, the climate is hot and humid. So, when the sun rays are directly falling on this area, so the climate becomes hot and humid. Now, what is humidity? As I have told you, the amount of moisture or water vapors present in the air is called humidity. Now, we will talk about frigid zone, the second heat zone of the Earth, the region between Arctic Circle and North Pole, or between Antarctic Circle and South Pole is called frigid zone. So, the region which is there between the Arctic Circle, if we go towards the North Pole, the area which is towards the base between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and if we go towards the South Pole, it is the region which is between the Antarctic Circle and South Pole is called the frigid zone. And as the name is there, frigid means freezing point, means it is very cold. It receives very slanting rays of sun. So, very slanting, the rays of the sun are very slanting, and therefore this region is very cold. This region is very cold. Now, we will talk about the third heat zone of the Earth, that is temperate zone. Now, what is temperate zone? Let us understand. This region is neither hot nor very cold. So, this region is neither hot nor very cold. And where it lies? It lies between torrid zone and the frigid zone in both the hemisphere. So, you can see with the help of arrows, I have shown you which is this area. This is the area. This is the region which is between the frigid zone and the torrid zone in both the hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere also and in the southern hemisphere also, you can see the region which is between the frigid zone and the torrid zone. This region is called as temperate zone. And in temperate zone, the climate is neither hot nor very cold, because it is not very far from the equator and it is not very near to the equator. So, that is the reason that this region have a climate neither very hot nor very cold. So, We have already discussed these points, and I have already discussed these topics in the earlier video also. Now I think that all of you have understood the topics very well. If I talk about weather, you should know what is weather. If I talk about climate, you should know what is climate. What is the difference between climate? What are heat zones of the earth? And how the latitude is affecting the climate of any place. So, and what is latitude? These all topics you should be able to understand. And now I think that the concept is also clear in your mind, how these factors, as we have talked about the latitude, first factor which is influencing the climate, is being understood by you all. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss about the second factor which will influence the climate of the place, that is altitude. How altitude is affecting the climate of the place. Thank you and have a nice day. Now there is a homework for you all students, and what is the homework? You have to do activity 1. And what is activity 1? A rain gauge shows us how much rain has fallen. You can make a simple rain gauge to measure how much rain falls in monsoon. Take a large jar and use a ruler to mark the sides in centimeters. You will need a wax crayon to make marks on the glass. Place the jar in the open, well away from the trees and buildings so that rain can fall directly into it. So what is an activity, students? This is an activity to measure the rain. To measure the rain, that how much rain has occurred in your area. Yes. So how you will do this? You will take a large jar, you will take any jar, and you will keep it where the rain is there. You will keep in the open area where there are no trees and no buildings are there. You can keep it in an open place on your terrace. When the rain is there, you keep it, the rainwater will be in the jar, and when the rain will stop, what you have to do, you have to take a ruler, and you have to see that how much rain has occurred in your area, how much rain was there in centimeters. So you have to measure the rain, you have to mark the water until what area the jar has been filled with the rainwater, and then you have to measure that jar with the help of ruler, that how much centimeters of rain has been occurred in your area. Okay, so this is an activity for you which you will do when the rain will be there in your area, when the rain will be there in your place. Yes, so this is an activity which you can try at home when rain is there. Thank you, students, and have a nice day.